The training bay of Coalition Station Vantanine wasn't built for humans. The ceiling was too high. The gravity was too heavy. Even the air tasted wrong, thin, metallic, and scrubbed by machines older than Earth's first cities. Every species in the Galactic Coalition trained here, and every species whispered the same thing when humans joined. They won't last. Soft bodies. No claws. No shells. No venom. A weak world's mistake. Tonight was the final evaluation. An ensign, Aisha Rahman, walked into the arena like she belonged there. Her combat suit was standard issue. Nothing special. It's nothing flashy. No trophies. No ceremonial armor. Just clean straps, tight gloves, and a calm face. Around her, recruits gathered in tears. A horned Gravic brute crossed his arms, amused. A shimmering Valeth leaned forward, eyes glowing with curiosity. A four-armed Koru clicked its fingers like it was already bored. Humans had been in the Coalition for 6 months. 6 months was nothing out here. Then the arena doors opened with a sound like a planet cracking, and the instructor stepped inside. He was called Varkal, the drilled -1. He stood nearly 11 feet tall, his body wrapped in layered plates like living armor. His shoulders were wide enough to block the arena lights. His face had no lips, only a hard jawline with ridges that flexed when he spoke. His right arm ended in a weapon mount, not a blade, not a gun, a field edge cutter that hummed like angry lightning. He scanned the recruits and looked directly at Aisha. The translator in her ear tried to soften his voice. It failed. Human Varkal rumbled. Step forward. Aisha did. Her boots hit the floor with a steady, controlled sound. Varkal's ridges shifted, almost like a smile. I have trained warriors across 3 centuries, he said. I have ended champions. I have broken pride. I have killed hundreds like you. A quiet wave of laughter moved through the stands. The Gravic brute snorted. Aisha didn't flinch. Varkal leaned closer, his shadow swallowing her. You are fragile, he said. Your bones are thin. Your skin is soft. Your weapons are manufactured, meaning you are empty without them. Aisha's eyes stayed on him, brown, focused, not scared. Then she tilted her head slightly, like she was studying a puzzle, and she smiled. Not a wide grin, not a nervous one. A small, calm smile, like she had just heard something useful. Varkal paused. Aisha spoke softly, so the translator could carry it clearly. Then you've been practicing, she said, for the wrong version of me. The arena went still. Like someone cut the sound, Varkal's ridges clicked, the closest thing his species had to laughter. Confidence, he said, is a fine decoration for the young. It makes the lesson memorable. Aisha rolled her shoulders once, loose and ready. It will, she agreed. Varkal lifted his weapon arm. The cutter's edge sparked into life. A thin line of bright heat began. He moved first. Fast, not fast, for a creature his size. It's fast for anything. He lunged with a strike meant to end the match in one clean motion. The audience expected Aisha to jump back, to panic too. Stumble. She didn't. She stepped forward, into the danger. Her body turned sideways at the last second, and the glowing edge passed so close it warmed the air near her cheek. Then she used his momentum. Not strength, momentum. She planted one foot, hooked her arm around the inside of his plated elbow, redirected his strike like a door swinging too far. Varkal's weapon arm cut empty air. His feet adjusted perfect balance. Perfect control. But Aisha was already gone, not a way around. She moved like water, finding a crack. Varkal snapped his head to track her. Aisha's voice stayed even. On my planet, she said, we didn't evolve to win fights fairly. Varkal swung again, wide and brutal. Aisha ducked. The cutter sliced above her helmet. She drove her shoulder into the side of his ribs, not to hurt him, but to make him shift. She wanted him to step. He did, exactly one step, and that was enough. She tapped a control on her wrist. The arena floor under Varkal's left foot changed texture, microgrip plates shifting into slick polymer. Varkal's weight slid half an inch. Half an inch didn't matter to most species, to a creature built like a fortress. It changed everything. His balance broke. Just for a breath. Aisha used that breath. She struck at a seam in his plating with a training blade, not stabbing, just marking the weak point. A small light flashed on his armor. First point, the arena gasped. Varkle didn't roar. He learned. He backed up one step, shoulders rising, ridges tightening. "You prepared," he said. Aisha's smile didn't leave. "Humans don't come to a fight," she replied. "We come to a plan." Varkle came forward again, this time with tighter strikes, short, controlled, meant to trap her. The cutter hummed with every movement. Aisha didn't try to block it. She didn't try to overpower him. She moved like she was counting beats in her head. 1, 2, 3. She waited for the pattern. Varkle feinted fast and clever. Aisha still moved the right way, because the feint was for people who reacted. Aisha didn't react. She predicted. She stepped to his blind side, low and close, and spoke while she moved. "You've killed hundreds," she said. "I believe you." Varkle slammed his armored knee toward her torso. Aisha twisted, letting it pass, and clipped a sensor node on his thigh. Second point. "But those hundreds," she continued, "didn't grow up where everything wants you gone." Varkle's eyes sharpened. He changed tactics again, using the arena's corners, trying to hurt her. Aisha let him. She let him think it was working. She let the audience think she was running out of space. Then Varkle struck an overhead blow that would have split stone. Aisha slid backward, and her heel hit the arena line. The boundary nowhere left. Varkle's ridges clicked again. "Now you learn," he rumbled. Aisha looked up at him. Then she exhaled slowly. "No," she said. "Now you do." She dropped. Not falling, dropping. Her body went flat as the cutter passed, above her like a sunrise. Then she rolled under his legs. Call's weight shifted to turn. Aisha was already behind him. She slapped a second control on her wrist. A low pulse emitted from the floor, barely visible. Not a weapon, a frequency VA, RXAL. Armor stiffened for a fraction of a second as its stabilizers compensated. That fraction was all Aisha needed. She popped up and placed her training blade against the gap behind his shoulder plate. Third point. A loud tone rang out. The arena displayed the score across the ceiling. Human, 3. Varkle, 0. The recruits stopped laughing. They stopped blinking. Kel turned slowly. His voice dropped lower. "What are you?" Aisha stepped back, blade lowered, respectful but unshaken. "I'm human," she said. "The kind that grew up learning one truth early." Varkle flexed his ridges. "Speak." Aisha tapped the side of her helmet. "Nature didn't gift us armor," she said, "so we invented shelter. We didn't get claws," she continued, circling him now, controlling the pace. "So we made tools. We didn't get fangs," she said. "So we learned teamwork, and when the world kept trying to kill us..." Her eyes narrowed slightly. "We didn't ask it to stop." Varkle's weapon hummed brighter. He charged again, harder, angrier. The arena shook with his steps. Aisha didn't run. She met him, not with force, with timing. She angled her body, caught his arm with both hands at the wrist mount, and pulled him into a turn. A simple move, a human move. Varkle's mass carried him past her. His cutter struck the wall shield and sparked. Aisha stepped in and placed her blade at his throat plate. No violence, no gore, just the undeniable line of defeat. Varkle froze. The arena was silent enough to hear. Aisha's breathing, steady, controlled. Varkle's ridges relaxed. Then slowly he lowered his weapon arm. "I yield," he said. The words sounded heavy coming from him, not shame, recognition. Aisha lowered her blade and took a step back. Varkle stared at her. "You studied me?" It wasn't a question. Aisha nodded. "For 5 weeks," she said. "Every public spar you've done, every training doctrine you published, every report your students complained about." Small ripple of laughter passed through the stand's nervous laughter. Varkel's ridges clicked, softer this time. And why? He asked. Aisha's smile returned small, calm. Dangerous. Because humans don't win by being the strongest, she said. We win by refusing to show up unprepared. She tapped her temple. This is our weapon. Then she placed her hand on her chest. And this, she added quietly, is the part you can't train out of us. Varkel tilted his massive head. What part? Aisha's eyes lifted to the watching recruits, then back to him. The stubborn refusal, she said, to stay down. Varkel straightened to full height. He looked bigger than ever, but now he didn't look superior. He looked thoughtful. The coalition said your species would not fit combat roles, said. Aisha shrugged. The coalition hasn't seen humans when we're motivated, she replied. Varkel stared for a long moment. Then he stepped forward and extended his armored hand. Aisha paused for half a beat, then placed her smaller hand into his. A human gesture. A human risk. Varkel's grip was careful, respectful. You pass, he said, and I will amend my doctrine. Aisha's grin widened, just a little. Good, she said, because we're new here. She turned toward the exit as she walked. The other recruits moved aside like a tide. Nobody laughed now. Nobody whispered soft now. And somewhere above the training bay, a coalition officer watched the scoreboard and quietly changed the human file from limited potential. Something much more honest, adaptable, persistent, double quotes, dangerous when prepared. Aisha reached the doors and paused. She didn't look back, but her voice carried clearly across the arena. Next time, as she said, bring someone who's trained for humans. The doors closed behind her, and the station felt, for the first time, like Etha just become a little too small for the galaxy's newest species.